This?
I get it.
It's fine.
That's my spot, right?
Is it all the way? Well, I'm just trying to get, like, it's getting huge up here, and I'm just trying to get a little bit more of that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's not asking.
It's better.
Well, I feel like you need to go more back.
You can see more of the rake. I promise you that's better. You can still see the whole top. You can see that whole side.
Oh, yeah. I did. Thank you.
You can see that whole side. Nothing's happening here. Perfect. Is it too high for you?
No, it's good.
You like it where it is?
Okay, about to start game 3 of the trip. Jackets and Phoenix Coyotes. We're on our visiting whites, and we'll start moving right to left, 17 minutes on the clock. Playing in a slightly different arena today. But equally cold. Looks like Owen's gonna get the start and goal. Ray, he's next man up. Presumably, we will follow the same routine and have a nice cut about halfway through the second period. Looks like we're going to start with Luke, Kyle, Sonny, and across the back, Jack and Ray. This draw. Back to Ray. Ray retreats across to Jack. Jack on to Luke. Luke headmans it to Kyle. Kyle back to Luke. Hits him in the skate. He recovers. Kyle grabs it, comes out in front, backhand, tries to jam it. Loose puck. Jammed at by Sonny, couldn't get it to go. He collects it in the corner, rims around behind. Kyle gives chase. Long outlet pass intercepted by Ray. Allows Jack to skate onto it. He dumps in, but only to the blue line. Kyle with some forechecking pressure. Ray steps up, bothers his man, and Jack collects. Cross-ice pass to Sonny. He waits on it and then dumps in. And we'll go for our first line change. Max and Hayes come out. Johnny and Trevin and Jackson Dixon. Jackson shadows his man. Now Hayes picks him up. Shot wide of the net. Big rebound to the near side. Carry down low. Max bumps his man off the puck. Played to the far point. Defenseman falls down. Johnny fires through and gets it on. Oh, tried to get it to Jackson. Got stuck in his skates. And then bounced off into the zone. Hayes pokes that puck away, and Johnny comes onto it. Cross-ice pass to Dixon with speed, 3-on-2. Has Trevin trailing, lays it off for him. Trevin circle, throws it in front, puck is loose. Oh, goalie makes a great save as Jackson tried to jam home the rebound. And then it should be icing here. 15:34 showing on the clock. Two close chances there. Appear to have a sixth defenseman on the ice. Wearing number 5. Not sure who that is. I'll try and figure it out. He's got the puck, goes across to Colin. Colin dumps in. And Logan faces back to Thomas. Thomas headmans to Corey. Corey lays it off for Reed, and he dumps in. Logan ties his man up behind the net, gets away with a hold, falls out to Corey. Corey shot blockered into the corner. Corey gets his own rebound, plays it down low. Colin tries to up to the middle. He gets bumped off the puck, and then it's chipped up, falls to Ray. Ray quickly on to Colin, who can't corral it while trying to get back on side, so Phoenix will regrab it behind their own net. Tommy Woods, we're checking pressure. Tips on, chipped past Ray. Kyle will go in for it. And here goes Sonny. Sonny dumps it off the half boards, lays it back. Jack's shot blocked up into the netting. His faceoff will come in the zone. Hey, Brock. This tied up. Buck bouncing puck comes to the blue line and then dumped in past Jack. Ray will come over, battles his man. Tommy knocks a stick free from the winger. He goes and retrieves it, and puck comes to him. Jack goes up the boards to Jack. Dixon on to Tommy. Tommy gets it in deep but loses possession. Played across the other way, falls to Jack. Jack quickly across to Ray at his own blue line. He dumps in, far corner. Luke flies down there. Puck rimmed around. Ray steps down, holds it to the blue line, and reverses it back. Jackson battling in the corner. Johnny comes to help. Johnny will pick it up. Reverses. Now Kyle up in the corner. And Phoenix comes out the far side. Johnny wrestles the puck away from his man. Plays it out to Luke. One timer. Glove save. And then Max steps forward. Ray bumps his man off the puck. He steps forward and Ray collects it. Ray moves up the ice. Cuts to the middle. Has it taken away. Johnny can't find it. We come the other way. Puck drops off to Trevin. Trevin moves it quickly to Ray. Ray tries to go to Trevin. Backhander misses just wide of the net. Puck comes out the other way, hits a skate and deflects in. They'll say no icing on this as Max goes back. Man steps inside Max. Still holds on to the puck. Now Max ties him up. And comes away. Played across into feet. And Coyle now pressured. Trevin goes behind. And we'll change up the defensive pairing here. Puck goes out. Logan goes down, pins his man, but Phoenix will collect in the near corner. Corey comes over, banged hard off the wall. Hayes anticipates, moves it quickly to Corey, who dumps it right back in. Collins pressuring behind. Now Corey comes down. Played cross ice. Phoenix moving with speed. Nice poke check there by Reed. Hayes grabs and moves back up ice, looking for some space. Cuts to the middle. Gets turned around, loses the handle on the puck. Sonny holding at the blue line, and now we've got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Offside. Oh, he was clearly offside. Puck goes down low. Puck thrown to the far side. Colin will come over for it. Absorbs the hit and allows Sonny to come away with the puck. Moves up past the blue line and played cross ice and then chipped back in. Hayes will go back for it. Goes up the boards, chipped further by Colin, but he can't get it out. Kyle skates onto it, moves it on up to Sonny. Sonny off the boards back to Kyle. Kyle will pursue down low. Held in now by Thomas. That's tied up behind the net. Kyle battling for it. Thomas pinches on the half boards. He gets fine, but he holds it in. Jack manages to keep it in at the blue line. Jackson Dixon comes flying over. Shipped up to Jack. Jack goes down low, and Jackson collects it. So we get a full line change here. So Trevin out with Jackson and Johnny and Thomas and Reed. Reed backhands it, held in, but then Johnny gets it out of the zone. And now it's dumped in. Jackson will go for it far corner. Rubs his man off. Puck is loose. Misplayed. Trevin battling for it. Johnny takes it off the half wall. Skirts out to Thomas. Thomas goes down low to Trev. Trev tries to go in front to Jackson. He was tied up. Comes out to Reed. He throws it down low. And now we come the other way. and slides through. Johnny can't deflect that, and he stays with it. Puck comes out. Johnny wins it and lays it off to Thomas. Thomas moves up the ice. Has Sonny to his left, hits him. He's behind the defenseman. Cuts in front, shields the body, but can't win the puck. Picks it up and is behind the net. Oh, had Luke going to the front of the net. Luke does a nice job coming back to it and shoots it from his knees. Goalie has to make a save, and now Sonny's going to go for boarding. It's a heavy hit from behind. So we'll play man down, just a 2-minute penalty there. Faceoff will come to Z's right. We've got Ray and Jack out with Luke and Tommy. In feet, floats to the high slot, played back to the point. Luke steps forward. Here comes Tommy. Luke should intercept that and to the zone. That comes to the red line where Tommy's going to give pressure. Continue to force his man behind the net. 9:26 showing on the clock. Phoenix to their own blue line, cross-ice pass. Jack steps up and then played to the high slot. Now to the right circle. Thomas goes down. Owen makes a nice glove save. Can't quite corral it. Ray rides his man off and then picks up the puck. Banged off the half board, but held in, shipped up. Jack bodies his man. Tommy thinks about going below the net, but then doesn't. Jack comes in. Here comes Ray. Throwing out in front. Tommy was waiting for it. Gently chips it up off the board. So saying no icing as we get a line change. Jackson coming out with Corey, Max, and Hayes. 57 seconds remaining on the penalty. Corey has pressure. Moves over. Man goes around him. Jackson faces the puck. Man into the zone, lays it off. Jackson crosses. Here comes Corey, steps forward. Back to the right side. Jackson, high slot. Hayes steps forward, deflects that one up out of play. 33 seconds showing on the power play for Phoenix. Jackson will take the draw. Wins this to the half board. Phoenix controls back to the point. Jackson pressures. Here comes Corey. That shot whistles wide of the net in the corner. Hayes deflects it, grabs it, and wins it around to Max. Max rushing along, gets it on to Corey. Corey has Jackson asking for it. Jackson gets it at his own red line. Jackson shoots it just wide of the net. Big rebound. 10 seconds now on the penalty as Phoenix starts up the ice. Johnny with pressure forces his man back. Nice job there, and that should effectively kill the penalty as Johnny gets a piece of it. Puck comes up. Sonny out of the box intercepts it and flicks it right back the other way. Luke is good chase. Follows his man behind the net. Headmanned up through a couple of people. They'll say no icing as Hayes goes back. Goes behind his own net and moves up the near side. Cross-ice pass onto Johnny. Johnny at the blue line. Puck is in feet. Luke pursues. Man weaves away from him, but Johnny comes in and disrupts. Johnny now battling for it. Mitch Reed holds it in. The puck is, I think, up in clothing. We'll get a whistle with 7:08 showing the first period, no score. He's faced about Kim in the zone. We've got Logan out there with Kyle and Colin. Puck is in feet, chipped up and past Thomas, and now a foot race. Quick shot right into Owen's chest. He holds it, no rebound. And we're going to face off in the defensive zone. Logan will move into this draw. He wins it to the defensive corner. Thomas gets hauled around by his shoulders and dragged down. No call. Mitch goes up to Kyle, but Kyle has it knocked off his stick, goes back into the corner. Puck is loose. Mitch is getting hauled down. Looks like he's going to go for a penalty now. Puck is wrapped down low. Puck works out in front, touched up by Owen. Bench not happy about this penalty. Mitchell gets 2 minutes for a cross-check with 6:30 showing. So Johnny will come out with Jackson and Ray and Jack. His faceoff will come to Owen's right. Johnny wins his turn to the half boards. Jack battling for it. Pressure at the point. Rim down low through the Phoenix player, and Ray skates onto it. Ray under pressure kicks it out front. It falls to Jack, who gets it onto Jackson, but it's held in. And then a sweep check by Ray and another poke by Jackson. And then chip past Ray down low. Jackson comes over. Played to the top of the circle. Ray comes back and crushes his man. And then it's chipped past Ray again. Man walks down, throws it to the center, knocked down by Jackson. Puck on the half board. Puck is loose. Johnny comes over. Stick goes flying in the air. Johnny gets tripped. And now we got a penalty on Phoenix for a trip. Got a frenzy going down in the half boards there. Good effort by the penalty kill unit. So we'll play 4-on-4 now for a minute 14, and then we'll have a 46-second power play. .543 showing on the clock for the first period. They had the Phoenix penalty up on the Jackets side, so they're correcting that error. Now we're all set. Face off outside the zone. Trevin will take this. Has Logan on his left. Draw one into the offensive zone for the Jackets and play it up to the blue line. Headman, Max steps forward, chips on that, but Phoenix just moves in. Hayes goes down and blocks that, and then the puck gets racked behind, and now we got a 3-on-2 coming the other way. Headman's to Logan. Logan has Hayes going to the front of the net, lays it to Trevin. Trevin's shot gets blocked, and then he gets dumped behind the play, no call. Phoenix will now look to move up as Logan comes for a change, and Sonny comes out. Max intercepts that. Trevin into the zone, has Sonny in front, tries to get it to him. Sonny gets it before he gets to the net, and then it's chipped out, and Hayes will go back. 25 seconds remaining. Hayes headmans it to Sonny. Sonny has it poked off his feet. Hayes steps forward and wins it to Max. Max plays back to Luke. Luke gains the red line, gets rubbed into the board, stays with the puck, and plays it across to Sonny. Sonny wheels. Flips it on to Max. Max ducks inside one man. Sonny comes to it. Cross-ice pass down into the corner past Luke. Luke wheels. Moves it down low. Got 40 seconds now on a power play. Phoenix held in by Max on the half grid. And now we've got a whistle. We've got 2 men lying on the ice. Not sure what we're going to get here. I think we're going to get matching minors here. .411 show on the clock. And Phoenix. Oh, still on a 5-on-4. Jackson has it in the far corner, goes behind to Johnny. Johnny comes out to the near side, exchanges with Trevin. Down to the corner through Trevin. Jackson grabs it behind the net, pops out in front. Goalie covers. And 5 seconds on the power play, and then we'll skate back to 5-on-5. Draw, tied up. Johnny reaches for it, gets a stick between his legs, no call there. And Thomas collects the puck, retreating into his own zone. Goes all the way behind the net. And then moves up, lays it on for Trevin. Trevin headmans to Ray. Ray back to Trevin. Trevin goes around 1 man deep. Curls, stops. Goes cross ice to Thomas, who holds it in. He goes down low to Jackson, hops over his stick. He has to move it behind the net. Trevin fires through. Johnny tries to steal it. It's back behind the net, and Phoenix comes out with it. Banged hard off the glass. Ray holding his position. Gets it at the line, and then it comes out to the red line and dumped in. That goes behind the net. Ray reverses it, but the Phoenix player was waiting for it. Puck bouncing around in the corner. Now Ray has it and goes behind the net. 3 minutes left in the period. Ray stops and comes back the other way. Let's settle things down. Tommy comes down low and they move up ice. Ray moves to the far side. Oh, lays it off for Thomas. Big collision. And then Thomas dumps it in. Quick shot. The goalie wasn't expecting. Thomas gets his own rebound in the far corner. Reverses it. Colin will come over for it. He pins it in the boards. Tommy comes in to help. Tommy comes away with it. Plays back to Hayes. Hayes' shot, blocker save. Puck comes into the near corner. Chip to the half boards, and then Phoenix moves out. High over Hayes' head. Thomas whacks it. Puck is loose in feet. Hayes comes around. Nope. Thomas and Hayes now battling 2-on-2. Hayes pins his man. Tommy comes in, but it's stolen away. Phoenix comes out the far side. Out of the near point. That shot, Owen sees it, can't corral it. Played up to the half boards. Thrown down low. Puck behind the net. Flipped behind. Tommy on his man. Gets away with a trip. Puck is loose in the half boards. Comes out to the near point. Flipped over. And an exchange. Hayes steps forward. Puck played across. Here comes Corey. Forces that shot wide. Half boards. Played up to the near point. And across, Corey again steps forward, deflects that one behind the net. Hayes will skate onto it. Puck is bouncing, gets it on up to Colin. It's in feet, and finally Tommy gets it out of the zone. To the red line, and then played across. Rimmed hard around, near corner. Hayes goes back for it. Rims it on to Max. Max plays it up the boards to Kyle. He tries a touch pass, but it's intercepted. Puck goes behind the net. Hayes comes away with it, plays it up the boards to Kyle. Kyle can't get it out. Throwing it Owen, who will hold. 54.1 seconds remaining in the period scoreless. So we've got Luke, Kyle, Logan knocks and Hayes out. Puck played up to the point, in feet, pressure by Logan, going wide of the net, goes behind the net. Hayes crushes his man behind the net. Puck is laid off, and Luke will go for it. Hayes collects it. Hayes still has it, rims around the other way. Max has it, has some time and space. Max slips it up backhand, and Kyle fires through. Logan can't win it. Played up the other way. 20 seconds remaining. Shipped. Hayes chops at it, gets it but not out. It comes back down into the corner where Hayes will pick it up with 15 seconds remaining. He moves it on over. And here comes Max. Max with 10 seconds. Tries to lay it off. It gets stolen. Logan has it. He'll dump in and they'll take care of the period. So we'll get a 1 minute break and then change sides. Okay, we're ready to start the second period. I'm going to start with Kyle, Sonny, Luke, Ray, and Jack. Now moving left to right. Luke moving into the draw. This one in feet and squirts out to the far side. Luke immediately pressures his man, but the puck gets dumped in. Jack goes behind. And then a collision moves it on to Ray. Ray moves it halfwards to Sonny. Sonny on up and out. Luke tries to beat his defenseman. He'll pressure Kyle there as well. Forechecking. Played up through the middle and blocked by Sonny, but it falls to the defenseman. He can't hold it in. Ray has the puck. Tries to go through one man. And then Ray regroups and throws it down low. Played out to the far side. Sonny back checking. Stops his man at center ice. Sonny comes away with it and plays it to Ray. Ray cooks it to Jack. Jack headmans it into Trevin's skates. She comes into the zone, loses the handle, but stays with it. Puck goes down low. Jackson tried to come away with it. Comes out to Jack at the point. He'll throw it right back down. Trevin can't win it. Stays on it. Battles his man. Dislodges the puck, but comes to another Coyotes player, and they move up the center of the ice. Off the boards to the blue line. Ray lays his man down, picks up the puck, and looks up ice off the boards. It'll go to Trevin. Trevin over skates, gains control, goes cross ice, and it's intercepted. Ray gets back on the defensive side and takes the puck away. Ray behind his own net. Ray moves up the ice. Headman pass deflected and taken away at center ice. Phoenix right back in, but poked right back out. Jackson battles his man, but can't win it. Phoenix back into the zone. That shot, Owen gobbles up. No rebound. And a quick first minute and 40 seconds there. So let's see. Corey coming out with Colin and Logan and Thomas and Mitch Reed are 16 playing. Draw to Owen's right. Puck goes behind the net. Thomas pursued, comes out the far side, shielding the puck, stays with it, and Gets it on to Corey, hits his skate, but falls nicely to Colin. Colin tips it forward. Corey holds it in at the blue line, but wasn't sure where it was, so couldn't make a play on it. And then it's headman the other way. Mitch bumps his man, and the puck goes into the bench. So a little bit of whistle. 15 minutes even showing in the second period. Still no score. Logan will move into the draw here. Has Corey on his right, Colin on his left. This draw one back to the offensive zone, but Phoenix controls. Headman. Nick bumps his man. Puck goes in deep. Thomas will collect. Under pressure, reverses, gets pinned to the boards, but stays on his feet and then moves it on around. Corey's going to go down low and move around. And Ray moves it back to Corey on the half board. Puck is caught up in feet, moves back the other way. Ray will collect it, moves up the ice. Thomas. Thomas pushes it past the defenseman. Logan jumps it in a little bit late, and Phoenix will reorganize. Played behind the net. Colin comes over for forechecking pressure as the puck played up. Shipped off the boards to Tommy, who plays it back to Hayes. Bouncing puck he has to corral. And he moves forward. On to Corey. Corey chips backhand and in. Puck is loose. Held in by Hayes. He walks forward. His shot hits the goal in the chest and a rebound. And we'll get a face-off inside the zone. .13:55 showing on the clock. Sonny will take this draw. Has Kyle to his right, Sonny to his left. Run back to Hayes at the point. He shoots looking for a deflection. Hits Connie that goes wide. Tommy skates onto the rebound. Plays it back to Max. Max's shot whistles wide of the net. Hayes drops down low. Rims it on around. Sonny can't win it, but Hayes is still there. Chipped up past him, and Kyle back. Holds it at the blue line. Goes cross ice. Max comes over. It's chipped past him and into the zone. Kyle rides his man to the corner, and Hayes will pick it back. Has three jerseys around him. Tries to freeze it, but now I got a whistle for, I think, a hand pass. Okay. So we get a face-off in the zone now. Change up the lines. Johnny coming out with Trevin and Jackson. And Ray and Jack. .13:23 showing on the clock. Feet played back to the red line, intercepted by Jackson. Jackson goes wide into the zone on his backhand, throws it at the net. Really sticks it wide. Trevin skates onto the rebound, plays it to himself, tries to squeeze down low. Johnny there waiting for it. Johnny kicks it free, plays it back to Jack. Jack throws it right at the net, hits a shin pad and goes wide of the net. If it had gone the other way, it would have gone towards the net. Puck gets cut up in the snow at the bench and then dumped in. Jack skates over for it, plays it back the other way. Good stick left, and the puck comes to Trevin. Trevin plays cross ice, but it's intercepted. Good forecheck by Jackson. He goes back in the corner, rides his man off the puck. Johnny right in there. Johnny and Dixon work in the corners. Dixon comes away with it. Back to Jack, top of the circle, throws it right at the net right away. Goalie has to make a save. Johnny on the half boards, kicks it to himself, comes free, goes behind the net to Jackson. Jackson tries to jam it short side, and the goalie knocks the netting off, and we got a whistle. .27 showing. So we got Luke out with Corey and Colin and Thomas and Mitch. Face up to the goalie's right. Luke gets this to the half boards. Colin gets spun around, can't win it, and Phoenix plays out behind their own net. Long headman pass that's knocked down by Corey, and then squirts past Thomas, so Mitch will go back for it behind the net. He reverses it, and Thomas will pick it up. Thomas moves behind his own net and peels out front. Thomas goes up the middle, weaves through a couple, headmans to Luke. Luke has Colin going to the front of the net. That shot deflects wide into the near corner. Mitch pinches, bumps his man. Luke throws it at the net. kicked by a skate and then floats up to Phoenix. Phoenix headmans and chipped in. Thomas kicks it into the near corner. Oh, it floats out in front. Owen knocks it up with his paddle, and then it's headman to Corey. Corey gets it to the red line, then it falls to Colin. Colin lays it off to Luke. Luke turns to his backhand. He goes down in a heap, puck rimmed around, and Phoenix will come back out the other way. In skates, Max steps forward, and here comes Tommy over to Max, but he's on his backhand. Throws it to the front of the net. Falls to Sonny, who can't do much with it on his backhand, and Phoenix comes the other way. Hayes moves over, forces that man down. He goes down in a heap, and Hayes picks up the puck. Headmans it to Tommy, who chips and chases. Puck is on edge. Tommy does a nice job shielding it. Finally gets taken down. 11:05 remaining. Here comes Logan. Logan turns, hits the post. Hayes top of the slot, trying to get the puck to set on. Tries to throw it in front. It's blocked, and Phoenix comes the other way. Chip past Sonny. Here comes Max over. That whistles high and wide. Big rebound to the far side. Dump back down low. Oh, it's thrown out in front. Not sure where the defense was there. Rim to the far side. Max steps forward and chips on up. And it's out of the zone. Collision there at center ice. Now tied up in front of the Phoenix bench and then flips into the near corner. Hayes will go back for it. Hayes wins it hard around, trying to get it to Dixon. He does. Dixon drops it for Logan. Logan has it come off his stick. Trevin following, holds it, and Dixon tries to get it in deep, and then it slipped. No rebound, no icing here. Jack can go back for it with 10 minutes now showing. Headmans to Hayes. Oh, it squirts under his stick. Hayes waits for the rebound and then gets it on to Kyle. Kyle into the zone, has it come off. Kyle on his backhand lays it off to Jack. Jack throws it to the net. Oh, the defenseman thrown down low. Jackson has it. Jackson short angle shot. Goalie holds the post. No rebound. And we get a whistle. 9:41 showing now on the clock. Face off in the offensive zone. Got Jack Ray across the back with now Luke, Kyle, and Colin. Luke will move in for the draw to the goalie's left. Jack steps forward, and we get a whistle for a hand pass. And now we'll get a face off outside the zone. 9:37 showing on the clock. Draw one into the Phoenix zone. They play cross ice. Colin pressuring, gets a stick on that. And this bouncing puck will float in on Owen, who will cover it and hold. We'll leave that same set of five out there. Faceoff will come to Owen's right. Luke moves in. Bouncing puck on the dot. Played to the half board. Ray gets it. Ray moves out of the zone, chips hard off the glass. Kyle skates onto it. Kyle throws it at the net, and the goalie manages to hold it. 9:16 showing on the clock. Keep shooting those short angle shots. The goalie's holding his short side. So we're going to face off in the zone to the goalie's left. Johnny out now with Jackson and Sonny. Up, played back behind. Jackson fires through, has it bounce up to his chest. Jack comes down low, and now we've got a potential break the other way. Nicely intercepted by Sonny, who is back playing defense. He whistles it behind the net. 9 minutes showing now. Goalie left it, and Jackson flew in, but couldn't quite win it. Played up to the blue line, and now Phoenix moves up the near side of the ice. Jack faces that man. Stick checks the puck nicely, goes down into the corner. Ray absorbs the hit. Jack comes down to help, but Phoenix comes away with it. Jack and Johnny working down low. Johnny comes away with it on the half boards. Cross ice pass to Jackson, quickly to Sonny. Sonny peels, tries to lay it to Jackson, who's going to the front of the net. Sonny tries to skate onto it. Puck is bouncing around. Now we come out the other way. Flipped in, and Thomas will go back and pick it up. As Johnny, looking for a stretch pass, lays it off to Colin. Colin into the zone. Now battling on the half boards. Played behind the net. We will get a nice cut at the next whistle. Played up just out of the zone by Colin, then played over. Colin chips it in, and Corey will get some pressure in the near corner. And sidesteps Luke, and they play up to the red line. Mitch stays with his man, lays it off. Colin was waiting for it. On the pass, Luke gets it into Corey's feet. He can't quite find it. Now we come back to Mitch. Mitch plays across to Thomas. Thomas moves to the middle of the ice, absorbs one poke check, gains the red line, and dumps it in. That goes behind the net, 7:30 so now. Phoenix tries to move up the far side. Trevin anticipating that pinches, but it comes out of the zone. Played to the blue line and then dumped in. Hayes goes far corner. 2-on-2 scrum. Played up to the far point. Trevin on the puck, plays it down low. Thrown out in front. Puck is bouncing and banged off the boards, and this should be an icing. And we'll get an ice cut with 7:04. And we'll take about a 10. Well, take a break. I don't know. I don't see any. Yeah, we are going to get an ice cut. So we'll be back.
That's what everybody's asking. That's the whole. That's the big question. Mitch Reed. Mitch Reed. All right.
Is he the guy who was on the bus?
I think he was the guy at the.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I'm like, I saw Reed.
Charged up? Is it charged up? Okay, ready to start the second half of the second period. Scoreless. 7 minutes and 2 seconds showing on the clock. Face off in our defensive zone. Kyle coming out with Luke and Sonny. And we're going to send out Max and Hayes. Face off will come to Owen's right. And it looks like Luke will move in for the draw. It's in the rough skates, held in, and then moved to the point, moved back down. Max bumps his man. Luke brings it around. Hayes pursuing, chips it on up. Sonny headmans it on to Luke. Luke quickly to Kyle. Kyle gains the zone, battling on the half boards for it. Stays with it. Puck comes loose. Max steps forward and chips, gets it on to Luke. Sonny has it, throws it at the net. Glove save. Puck was loose. And Kyle was trying to get out of the way, to be perfectly honest, and took a couple of cross steps to the face for his trouble. So his face off now will come to Phoenix goalie's left. Jackson, Trevin, and Johnny. Puck to the half board. Dixon runs it to Johnny. Johnny tries to drive the front of the net. Puck is loose. Jackson plays up. Hayes steps forward, weaves around one man, goes to the slot to Johnny. And then Hayes almost knocks it out of the air and in. Puck roomed around. And this will go down for an icing. So this will come all the way back down to the offensive zone. We've got Johnny, Trevin, and Dixon out. Now it's Thomas and Mitch. Face off to the goalie's right. One behind the net, but almost in on the goalie. Played up, and Jackson jumps forward, knocks it down low. Trevin tries to body his man off. Puck bouncing around. Trevin has it, moves it to Jackson. Jackson far corner. Tries to go back. Gets tied up. And then Phoenix moves up the near side. Jackson cuts that off. Forces the reversal, steals it, comes out in front. Backhand, throws it at the net. It's blocked, never reaches there. Corey picks it up. Corey off the boards. Thomas, that shot deflects, goes wide. Play to Corey in the corner. Corey shot hits one man. Corey gets his own rebound, reverses it. Thomas comes down low. He cycles to the corner, throws it through the slot, goes by Jackson, and now the puck floats up. Thomas will hold it in, throws it at the net. Wide of the net. Phoenix will just ice it. And we're going to face off back down in the offensive zone with 5:18 showing in the second period. Still no score. Good sustained pressure there. Logan now on with Corey and Colin and Ray and Jack. Logan moves into the draw. This one in feet. Phoenix picks it up and carries behind their net. Move out the near side. Close down. Jack bumps his man and Ray skates onto the puck. Ray behind the net. Moves up the other way. Tips up off the glass to Colin. Colin back to Ray. Ray into the zone. Beats his man. Has Corey in the high spot. Ray's shot. Goalie holds the short side. Rebound comes right up to Colin. His backhand hits the goalie in the chest. And he holds on. So we're going to face off to the goalie's right. Leave that same group of 5 out there. One knockdown into the defensive corner. Rimmed around. Jack pressures, pinches, and holds. Knocks it down into the corner. Logan tries to pull it off. He's battling 2 men. Can't win it. Played up near side. And out comes Phoenix. Ray steps forward. Poke checks the puck and the man straight out of the zone. Collins plays back to Jack. Jack quickly on to Corey. Corey gains the red line and dumps it in. Tommy Wood first one to it. Reverses in the corner. Gets pinned, but from his knees, tries to play it. He gets knocked down and comes away with it. His shot, glove save, no rebound. Sonny parked right in front. And now we got a little bit of pushing and shoving. 4:13 coming on the clock. Kyle now out with Tommy and Sonny and Max and Hayes. Tommy on this draw wins it to the slot. Played up the boards, intercepted by Tommy. Tommy lays it off. Sonny rims it around. Comes out to Hayes. Hayes looking for a deflection. Sonny knocked it down with a hand almost directly into the net. And we get a whistle. I think the net came off the mooring. So we're in another face-off in the zone. Same set of 5 out there. 4 minutes on the clock. This one to the half boards. Sonny swipes at it, comes away with it, throws it to the slot, comes out to Hayes. Hayes' shot goes high over the crossbar. Sonny picks it up. Sonny pulls to the middle. His shot, Hayes down low. Throws it in through the slot. It comes out to Max. Max throws it to the net. Tommy grabs the rebound, reverses, tries to pull it in front, and shipped out. Max does a nice job holding it, bouncing puck. Then it's blocked, and now Max has to retreat, absorbs a slash, but manages to kick it right back out of the zone. And Sonny gets it on to Max. Max has 3 men, 2 in the center. It goes to Tommy. Tommy hits the post, and it comes all the way down the ice for a rebound. And we get an icing, and the puck will come back. Good sustained pressure. 3:10 showing on the clock now. Well, he solidly hit the post. Tommy was in all alone. So now Luke, Johnny, and Jackson out with Thomas and Mitch. This 10 feet comes back to Mitch. Mitch jumps forward, throws it into the near corner. Johnny first one to it, plays it around behind to Luke. Dixon parked in front, comes back to Mitch, quickly to Thomas. Thomas half-boards to Johnny. Johnny throws it down low. Laid off behind. Luke wasn't ready for it. Johnny comes over and closes it down. Johnny steals to the middle. Jackson pulls it and moves it back into the corner. Shields the puck, lays it on for Luke. Luke on his backhand raised it back to Jackson. Jackson behind the net. He reverses. Johnny picks it up. Johnny now in the corner. Throws it at the net, looking for deflection. Nobody home. Mitch jumps down, can't reach it, and it'll come all the way back to Thomas. Thomas will pick it up behind his own net. He'll stop and move back the other way. Thomas hard off the boards, and they'll say icing here. And I think Jackson's now going to get called for a penalty for body contact after the whistle. Nope, just not. Just an icing call. Chris up will come down in the defensive zone. Ray now out with Jack. Got Trevin coming out with Kyle, I think. Puck one into the defensive corner. Ray rides his man off, moves the puck to the far corner. Jack comes down low, puck played out to the point, and Bass this man, foot race. Colin trying to get there, takes this man to the outside and wins it. Colin twists the corner, but then gets bodied off the puck. Held in by Ray at the point, he goes down low. Colin tries to move it to the middle, floated back up, and then nicely bodied off by Trevin. Quickly across to Sonny. Sonny has some space. Couldn't get it to settle down. Now puck on the half boards, played back. Tied up. Trevin and Colin battling. Colin goes to the middle. His shot blocked. Comes right to Ray. Ray hits the outside of the net. Or he gets hauled down, but moves it. Trevin throws it through the slot. Corey now battling, kicks it out. Then it's iced. just sustained pressure now, building and building, but no score. 124 shown on the clock. Logan coming out with Sonny and Kyle and Max and Hayes. Okay, so we come to the goalie's left here. Logan on the draw. In feet. Squirts behind the net. Played up. Max does a nice job holding it in for a moment. And then now he comes the other way. Man tries to go through Hayes, but he takes it away. Touch pass. Hayes has it back to Sonny. Sonny dumps it in deep. Kyle gives pressure. Kyle bumps his man. Back on the half boards. Phoenix rims it the other way. Hayes comes over. Throws it right back down. Now to the far corner. Max waiting for it. Closes the door on that, but it spurts through. And now we got a break the other way. 2-on-1. Hayes has the puck. Logan working to get back. Bouncing puck. Logan almost takes out his own goalie, and actually the net comes off. So now I get a face-off in the defensive zone to Owen's right. 40 seconds remaining in the period. Jackson, Johnny, Tommy. Draw one back to the point. Near side, throwing at the net. Owen blockers it to the corner. Thomas reverses it on to Mitch. Mitch has a bounce off the back of the net, a little hard to handle. Jackson tries to go between his legs. Puck floats out. Johnny should be the first one to it. Bangs it off the boards. This will go on the net. So goalie recover with 21.1 seconds remaining. Tommy will move into the draw here to the goalie's left. Wins it back. Mitch steps forward, knocks it down low. Johnny shields. Mitch throws it out in front. Jackson can't find it. Comes out in front. Johnny tries to jam it home. And the puck goes in the corner. And now the net comes off, and we got some sparring going on in front. We get a whistle. The net was off the mooring with 9.2 seconds remaining. It's been really close a couple of times, but just can't get one to go. So we'll get a face-off in the zone. 9 seconds remaining. Same set of 5 out there. Jackson will move in for this draw. Has Johnny to the middle. Tommy to the board. Thomas behind him at the point. Mitch standing in the middle. This one in feet. Johnny wins it to the corner, gets knocked down. It's knocked off at 5 seconds. Played back to the point. Thomas holds it in. And then Johnny gets ridden off the puck. And there goes the horn. So we got a 1-minute break. And then we'll start the third period. All right, ready for the start of the third period. 17 minutes on the clock. No goals on the board. Let's start with Kyle, Luke, Sonny, Jack, and Ray. Same way we started the game. Luke will move in for the draw. Kyle battling for it. Gains control and gets it in deep. Rimmed around. Sonny waiting for it. Throws it at the net. Deflects behind. Flips up. Kyle does a nice job holding it, and then Sonny backchecking wins it. Sonny on his backhand throws it. Hits the post. That's about the fourth post we've hit here. Kyle has it now. Comes to Sonny. Sonny pulls to the middle. Gets tripped. No call. Wow. Puck was floated in. This will go on Z, and he'll cover it and hold. So change the line. Johnny coming out with Jackson, Trevin. Now Max and Hayes face off to Z's left in the dot. Laid off down the corner. That shot. Puck is off the mooring. Falls to Jackson. Jackson moves up ice. There's Johnny to the middle. Jackson dumps and chases. Goalie holds it up behind the net. Rims it around. And Phoenix comes out. Trevin. Jackson. Puck goes behind. Hayes comes. Battles his man. Ties the puck up. Trevin waiting on the edge. Trev digs it out. Tries to move it up the boards. Hayes reaches for it. Puck is still loose. Trevin's still battling for it. Comes back the other way. Hayes comes away with it. Flips it up onto Johnny. Johnny looking to beat his man. Johnny goes wide. Reverses. Holds the puck. Moves it back into the corner and stays with it. Moves it on to Trevin. Trevin throws it out in front. Comes back to Johnny. Johnny in the half woods. Lays it off for Max. Max tried to throw it up and threw it right to a defenseman. And now we got a breakaway the other way. Misfire on the shot. Puck goes behind the net. Hayes ties up two men. Max back there now. Max pokes it on along. Corey gets a poke check on it, but it's held in at the point. That shot blocked by Corey. Corey gets it out of the zone, and then Tommy steals it. Comes on to Colin. Colin trying to dig it out of feet. Cannot do so. Played up. Corey, big collision at the blue line as he holds it in. And here we come the other way. Offsides. At the blue line with 14:54 remaining. Still no score. Phoenix hit their best opportunity, but they didn't really even get a shot off. So we get a face off at center ice. Tommy, Colin, and Corey face off into the Phoenix zone. Headman chipped in, bouncing puck. Owen covers. And we get a face off in the zone. Same set of five out there. Tommy on this draw, won by Phoenix. Man curls to the middle. His shot hits the post. Owen never saw it. Thomas rims it to the near side. Here comes Colin. Colin chips it up past one man. Can't get it out of the zone. It still floats in and comes back to Mitch. Mitch quickly over to Thomas. Thomas headmans it onto Corey out of the zone. Tommy pursues his man into the zone. Puck is flipped up. Mitch looking for it. Headmans it outside of Colin's reach. Mitch steps forward, knocks his man down. Displaces the puck. Now bouncing around. Comes to the blue line. Played in past one defenseman and goes deep. Here comes Phoenix into the zone. Poke check by Thomas. Wins that, and he moves up the ice with it himself. Moves it on to Tommy. Tommy, 1-on-5. Tries to carry deep. Puck gets away from him. We come back the other way. Chipped in. This should be icing, but they'll say no. Jack moves it on around to Sonny. Sonny with some time on the near half boards. Cross ice pass. Couldn't quite get it to the intended target. Now Logan has to wait for Kyle to get onside. Has a man going to the front. Sonny, not sure he saw him. Sonny throws it out in front. And then Kyle scores from the top of the slot on a one-timer. And we break the ice with 13:28 to go. Back on the board. That goal, a long time coming. So that's Kyle, I think, from Sonny. Well, that makes it 1-0. Keep that same group out there. Logan moves in for the draw. In deep, tied up, comes to the offensive blue line and chips forward. Ray hammers his man, tackles it loose on the red line, and then it's dumped in, goes behind the net. Gio let Jack grab it. Jack pulls it to the half boards, and Kyle works hard, chips it on forward. Sonny in a one-on-one battle, swoops by one man, has Kyle going to the front of the net. Sonny ties his man up. Kyle comes in, can't quite read it, but Sonny has it. His stick's being held. Kyle comes away with it, has Luke in the high slot, goes to Jack. Jack across to Ray. Man goes down on one knee. Ray forwards it there, it's blocked. And then Luke rings it around to Sonny. Sonny brings it down front to Luke, who scores! Sonny to Luke. Luke one times it up under the crossbar from in front. Two very similar looking goals. And now the floodgates may open. That constant pressure finally break through. Luke Jackson, Johnny out now with Max and Hayes. Puck into the Arizona zone. Played up to the blue line. Immediate pressure by Luke. And here comes Phoenix the other way. Hayes sizes up the puck. Man stops on the half board. Hayes knocks him down. Puck is loose. Comes up to the blue line, but not out. Hayes regathers. Has Jackson cross ice. Hits him with it in stride. Jackson trying to beat his defender. His shot, big rebound. And that's bounced out. And here comes Phoenix the other way. Nice forecheck by Johnny. It comes to Hayes at the blue line. Quickly to Max. Max headmans to Dixo on to Johnny. Johnny shields the puck into the corner. Continues to work against two men. Jackson comes in to help. And Phoenix comes away with it. Off the boards. To the red line. Man skating backwards. Finally into the zone. Back into the near corner. Hayes bumps him off, and Max picks up the puck. Max headbands it on to Corey. Corey chips in. Trev, first one to it there in the corner. Defender goes down heavily. Trevin falls over him, and here comes Phoenix the other way. Cross-ice pass. Went in. A hard rim around. Thomas can't reach it. Sticks into the corner, and Mitch will pick it up. Nick chips it forward. Corey gloves it, but gets bumped off the puck. Puck goes behind the net. Colin now pressuring, gets a stick on that pass. Rimmed up the half boards. Phoenix trying to come out of the zone. Good forecheck by Tommy. Mitch steps forward and falls to Corey. Corey steps inside one man, gets it on to Colin, who gets it deep. Tommy has an opportunity to grab the puck. Oh, tried to lay it off for Thomas, who does a spinorama and still pursues the puck behind, can't maintain possession. And then it's chipped up and out. Bouncing puck will come in on Owen, who's going to cover it and hold for a faceoff with 10:38 showing the clock, and the Jackets up 2-0. So we'll complete a change here. Kyle, Sonny, Tony with Ray and Jack. Excuse me, Ray. Yeah, Ray and Jack. Reverse card around. It'll come out of the zone to Sonny. Sonny grabs it at the red line and gets it deep. Tommy's going to go to pursue. Bumps his man. Sonny pressures. Doesn't quite make it to Ray. Jack kicks it. Falls right back to the Phoenix player. Nice save by Z. And he has Jack clear to the corner. Now Tommy's down hurt. We're going to delayed penalty on. He's in distress. Phoenix will get a 2-minute penalty for boarding. It's Kyle. I may have said Tommy. It's Kyle that's down. Back to his feet now. Seems to be able to put weight on both legs. So he's all right moving to the bench. So 10:08 showing on the clock, and we'll get a 2-minute power play. Trevin, Jackson, Johnny out. So we're going to face off outside the offensive zone. Actually, Trevin will move in for the draw. This draw won by Phoenix, and they bounce it off the glass right to our blue line. Ray has it across to Thomas. Thomas retreats in front of his net and now moves up the ice. Has Trev on his left. Headmans it for Ray, but out of his reach. Ray skates it, kicks it into the zone, and now it's flipped out the other way. And then we get an icing call. So the faceoff will come back down into the Arizona end of the ice. Faceoff will come to the goalie's right. Trevin will move in for it. Has Dixon in the center. In feet, Johnny battles through, lays it off for Ray. Ray pulls to the side, cross ice to Trevin. Back to Thomas. Thomas to Ray, top of the circle, bouncing puck. He's got to settle it. He runs it down past Dixon into the near corner. Johnny skates onto it, lays it off for Trevin. Trevin on the half boards, moves in, face off dot. Save, short side, goalie holds, no rebound. 1:15 showing on the power play. We'll change up the lines. Out comes Sonny with Kyle right back on the ice. This seems to be okay. And Luke. And now Max and Hayes face off to the goalie's right. Sonny will take the draw. Has Kyle on his left on the boards. Luke in the center. In feet. Luke can't reach it. Knocks it to the corner. Sonny gets it. Rims it hard around. Max got a late start on it, so can't reach it. And then it gets iced. And we'll try it again. 104 showing on the power play. Sonny will move in. Nope. Luke's going to take this one. Has Kyle on the slot. Sonny on the half board. Just won one into the defensive corner, rimmed around. Hayes waits for it. Goes back down low. Hops over Kyle. Sticks it right back to him. Kyle on the half board to Hayes. Hayes pulls to the middle. His shot kicked aside. Now half boards. Kyle down low to Luke. Luke exchanges. Tries to go up to Hayes. That's deflected. Held in by Max. Quick shot. I think the goalie got a piece of it. Back to the far point. Hayes has it. Cross ice to Kyle. Kyle down low. Luke. Luke back to Hayes. Hayes goes down to Max. She tries to one-time it, collects it. Has Luke in the high slot asking for it. Hayes one-timer looking for a rebound, shot wide. Max has it back to Hayes. Hayes quickly back to Max. That puck is hopping, so Sonny has to go challenge for it. Luke reaches for it, kicks it on through to Kyle. Kyle plays it back to Sonny. Oh, it hops over his stick, unfortunately, but gains it back. Shot blocked by the defenseman in the corner, rimmed around. Kyle should be the first one to this. He knocks it back down low. Puck is loose, comes out to Kyle. Kyle tries to throw it back out in front, but can't. Rimmed hard around, it hits the netting, and we get a face-off in the zone. Penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. 8 minutes even showing on the clock. We get a line change. Out comes Logan with Corey and Colin. And now Ray and Jack. Face off to the goalie's left. Logan will move in for this draw. Into the corner. Kyle fires through. Held in by Ray with a kick. Goes behind the net. Kyle has Logan out in front. Didn't know it. On to Corey. Puck hops on him. And here we come the other way. Colin working hard to get back. Nice sweep check there by Jack, forces the puck to the half boards, and then thrown out. And Colin manages to hold it with his skates, and Jack slaps at it to get it out of the zone. Played to the blue line and in. Ray comes over, bumps his man off the puck, but then it's laid off. Falls to Logan. Logan has Corey. Corey faces his man alone, lays it up, and it floats in the goalie who covers. 7:20 remaining. So we'll get a face off to the goalie's right. Tommy out with Johnny and Dixon, Ray, and Jack still there. Puck bounced around. Oh, Johnny tried to spin and fire, and it was partially reflected. Jackson first one two it in the corner. Johnny has it, goes between his legs to Jackson, but he can't quite control it. Johnny's still pressuring, pins his man against the boards, and then the puck goes up. Looked like it hit the netting, but they let them keep playing. Ray comes over, moves it on up. Tommy curls and Johnny grabs it. Johnny's shot deflected high and wide. Ray comes down low, shields the puck and tries to throw it to Jackson, but it's intercepted. Jackson has to move forward. Jackson plays his man nicely behind the net. Johnny comes over to help. Rimmed reverse behind. Jack pins his man and Tommy moves up the ice. Tommy gains the red line into the zone. Tries to swivel between two players, can't get it there. That puck knocked in deep. Chipped up. Sonny was anticipating that and held it in at the line. Tommy can't gain control. Sonny pursues behind the net. Now Tommy on the half boards wins it, throws it back down low to Sonny. Sonny just can't quite reach it. He tried to float out in front, hit the back of the net, and it gets caught up in the netting. 6:10 remaining. So Kyle out with Trevin and Sonny and Thomas and Mitch. Faceoff will come to the goalie's right. Just draw into the defensive corner. Rimmed hard around, right to the waiting wing. In good position defensively, drop pass. Kyle comes over, knocks that, and gets it himself. Moves it on to Trevin. Trevin into the zone. Tries to skate inside one man, gets knocked down. Kyle battling for it, but can't win it. Nice poke check there by Mitch. And then man comes in wide. Mitch stays with him, played down low. Played out to the high slot. Oh, 5:37 remaining. Owen got a piece of that, but not enough of it. And it finds the back of the net. So, I'm not sure Colorado's had a lot of shots, but that one went in. Excuse me, Colorado Phoenix. So, that puts a little bit of pressure on. Luke now with Colin and Logan. Good pressure. Puck played up. Hayes moved forward and throws it in wide side. Colin tries to screen his man off. Logan waiting there on the half boards as well. Luke backs out. Puck goes down low. Played across to the far side. Headman pass. Max rides his man hard into boards. Hayes steps forward. Can't win it. Puck floats in. And Max now in the corner reverses it to himself. Pushes it on ahead to Luke. Luke off the boards, out of the zone. Pressure to the blue line and dumped in. Luke should be the first one to it. Under pressure, gets taken down. Who's there? Reverses it. Max pins his man. Luke comes in to help. 4:38 showing. Puck squirts out. Colin chips it off the boards, but not enough to get it out. And now it's played in. That shot blocked wide. Dominic comes down low and blocks that. Hayes will have to go back. Moves it on around to Max. Max will take an icing. We have 4:13 shown. So now Tommy comes out. We have Jackson and Johnny, and Ray and Jack face off to Z's left. Just draw one into the corner. Jack tries to rim it around, but it gets deflected, comes out to the point. That shot whistles wide of the net. Tommy jumps on it, knocked off his stick, and Ray has it. Ray comes out the near side, flips it up, knocked down. That's a hand pass. And we'll get face off outside the zone. 3:57 show on the clock in a one-goal game. Same set of five out there. Tommy moves in. Return one cleanly to Ray. Ray to Jack, back to Ray. Ray has his pass deflected into the corner. Jack backhands it behind the net and grabs it himself. On to Jackson. Jackson with a touch pass out of the zone. And Phoenix will reorganize. They head man. Ray bumps his man off. Jackson goes back to the puck, fires it hard around. Jack can't win that, but it comes to Ray. Ray reverses. And reverses again and moves up the ice on the far side. Has it poked off his stick. Puck is loose. Tommy comes in to help. Out to the high slot. Net is off the mooring. Puck held in. Thrown down low. Ray bodies his man off, and Johnny picks up the puck. Johnny moves up. Aims the red line. One-handed. Can't get it in. And it comes back the other way. That shot, Owen gobbles up. No rebound. 3 minutes even shown on the clock. And it looks like Phoenix is going to call a timeout here. Okay, 3 minutes on the clock. Protecting a one-goal lead with a face-off in our zone. We're going to bring out Johnny, Jackson, Luke, Thomas, and Hayes. Phoenix still not to the face-off dot. Finally coming over. Luke will move in for the draw. Just back to the point. Jackson pressures but can't win it. Puck goes down low. Kicked into the corner by Thomas. Goalie still in the net. Thomas pins his man. Luke comes firing through. Luke down on his knees, tying it up. Man tries to spin to the middle. Floats out in front. Hayes is waiting for it, and he moves it on around. Chipped up, but not out. Rimmed around. Thomas will collect it in the near corner. A little bit of time. Puck is rolling. He plays it back around to Hayes. He rings it on to Johnny. Johnny gets a piss of it. Can't get it out. Going down low. Hayes bumps his man. Puck comes loose and on to Luke. Luke dumps it in. Jackson will pressure as the goalie plays it behind. He moves it back the way it came. Played through the middle. Here comes Tommy. headmans, and they'll touch, so say no icing as Ray goes back for it. 2 minutes even. Goalie coming off the ice. Puck played down to the blue line. Pressures. Oh, and Corey has to wait and then dumps it in off sides with the net empty. So we've got Ray and Jack out with Sonny, Corey, and Tommy. Minute 49 show on the clock and the net empty. Just tied up. Corey, Sonny from his knees couldn't get a shot off. And then Sonny bangs it off the boards to the red line, but no further. Phoenix will reorganize. Misplayed there. Sonny chips it in deep. No other pressure. Here comes Corey. Corey played through the middle. Chipped at the blue line. Bouncing puck. Now play to the near side. Oh, chipped in. Man has an opening. Shoots it high and wide. Battle on the backboards now. Tommy's got him tied up. Corey comes away, poked up to the blue line, and stiff breaks and played on to Tommy. Tommy's got time. Headman's with the Sonny. Sonny scores. Sonny from Tommy on an empty netter. Defenseman broke his stick on a shot, so with 1:02 remaining, we regain a 2-goal advantage. So we're going to face off Kyle, Jackson, Johnny, Thomas, and Max. This one controlled. Luke lays it off to Thomas. Thomas floats it in, misses the net. And we'll pick up an icing with 52.9 seconds remaining. This faceoff will come back down into our zone. Luke moves in for the draw. In feet, Johnny comes firing through, banging at it. That shot deflects into the near corner. Jackson anticipates that pass to the point and knocks it down. And in a foot race that he probably will not win, but he stays on that man and then peels out. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Thomas, who sidesteps one man, throws it in on the net. 30 seconds remaining, chipped on up. They'll wave off the icing. Max will go back for it. Max will just hold up behind his net in no rush to go anywhere at all. 20 seconds remaining. Phoenix will have to come play him. Now to Thomas. Thomas back to Max. He'll continue to wait behind the net. No interest in going anywhere. Playing cat and mouse. Reverses it to Thomas and 5 seconds remaining. And that takes care of it. A 3-1 win. Game tomorrow is at 8:10 Pacific, Mountain Time, so 10:10 Eastern Time for anybody who's not working.